I have a reading for you about somebody who is very decisive. They know what they want, and what they want is you. This is someone who is either planning to propose or excited because you are in the midst of planning a wedding. For some of you, this Justice card could refer to a desire to have kind of a low-key event, not really, inviting hundreds of people or anything like that, but more heavy would be like, this is something I know I want. I'm not going to change my mind. This is my person, and I can't wait to make it official. So, very excited. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. I'm in a good mood because I got to record at the park. Yay! If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box along with more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. And thank you to those that have checked out my Etsy shop. That's also in the description box if you are interested in purchasing one of my homemade soy candles. So let's dive in. We've got a romantic energy here. So we're gonna start with the Shadowscapes Tarot. All right, what else do we have? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Tower in the reverse, Five of Wands in the reverse. So we're dealing with, and this could be you or your person, possibly even both, but we're dealing with somebody who has had kind of stasis or like somewhat repetitive, calm energy that they have maintained for a while, having, distanced themselves or yourselves from the more toxic energies in life. You've been able to carve out a really peaceful existence and minimal issues. But then we have this change that happens in your life where you realize maybe it's time to allow for this person to be a part of your inner circle. We have the Five of Wands in the reverse, in part because this is somebody who has been really considering, thinking about if they're ready or if they're just kind of like overly excited. But we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse and the Hierophant in the reverse. I have been content to be on my own, or I have focused on, healing and being whole as an individual. But now I'm starting to feel like maybe I'm ready for that relationship energy. Hello, Krillin, how are you doing? What else do we have? Three of Swords in the reverse and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. And there's some strange, like unorthodox way that you two have encountered each other. And it happens at a time where both of you have started to feel like you have healed from old wounds and, gotten to that next level. You're high vibrational, both of you. And that Page of Pentacles is about feeling like you're ready to invest in something else because you've been able to have that time to yourself. Hello, Suze. Please keep in mind that repeating your request doesn't mean that I will do it for you. I do personal readings after the general reading, which would be in about 30 minutes, with priority to those who tip or donate. You can also gift a membership to someone else, and then I will pull some cards for you. But I like to avoid interrupting the general reading. Hello, Deep. How are you doing? Hello, Raziel. Who's getting hitched today? Maybe it's you. We've got the Three of Wands and the Chariot. So you might feel like things happen really quickly, or you realize that this is your person without, requiring a whole year to get to know this person. You may feel a little bit uneasy about how confident you are because you have gone through, you know, trials and tribulations associated with romance. But I feel like it's both of you know this is it for me. This is what I want. Hello, Ankit. How are you doing? Hello, Harsh. I hope you're having a good day. Four of Swords. And the Seven of Cups. So that solitary energy that you had gotten relatively accustomed to, it's something that now you realize is an option. You can still stay in that solitary energy, but you feel actually like drawn to this other person, even as there has been some betrayals or frustrations in your past. You've dealt with a lot of untruthful or unfaithful individuals. You're maybe a little bit nervous about trusting someone, but this is a person that seems to be healed. They've seen difficulty and gone through a dark night of the soul and come out on the other side with this star energy. Be cautious, because I do feel like there is also someone around you that may be obsessing over you. You may conflate those energies or confuse them, being connected to somebody who is healed, but also being able to be aware of that kind of obsessive energy from maybe it's an ex or somebody that you thought about getting involved with. Hello, Thea. How are you doing? Hello, JR. I can't remember if you prefer to be called Junior or JR. You let me know. Hello, Karuma. No, it's not. It is not like D&D. Hello, See the Gray. How are you doing? So we have the Moon in the reverse, the Knight of Swords, and Temperance in the reverse. Okay, so this is a little bit of a warning, letting you know that the individual who has been obsessive about you, or perhaps about your person, is going to be rather upset to find out that you have moved forward with, or that you are getting engaged to someone else. So yes, there is this really loving energy around you, but with Temperance in the reverse, there's someone who might be a little bit of a fly in the ointment, which could explain why at the beginning I was picking up on someone who might want like a smaller event, not really looking to have a giant to-do, right? So we've got another new tarot deck today. This is the Connolly Tarot deck. So let's use that one. Hello, Gracie. What's up? All right. What else do we have, please? Page of Swords in the reverse. The Chariot and the King of Swords. Certainty, a sense of urgency, but also there's someone who feels threatened. This Page of Swords in the reverse is letting you know that if you are in fact getting married, it should not be broadcasted for everybody. There is, like I said, somebody like sitting in the back of the church, like, what are you doing over there? You can't get married. You're supposed to belong to me. So even as you are certain and your partner is certain, you might have to kind of temper your celebrations or be discerning about who you celebrate with, because there is an envious energy around you. Someone who is mad that you're choosing someone else, or someone who is mad that your person has chosen you. This is someone who feels like they should have had a better chance, or someone who feels like you didn't really get to know them. Interestingly, my understanding, I think this is true, is that this is a husband and wife team that did the deck of cards here. I might be wrong about that. I'll have to double check it, but I think it was Peter Connolly. Ooh, what's her first name? Do I have that around here? No, it's over there, dang. Anyways, there's someone here who feels like if you get married, it's insulting to them. Like, how dare you? I can't believe you would do that. I was waiting for you to come back to me, or I was eager for you to give me another chance. And here you are making this decision way too quick with somebody else. But is it too quick? I feel like you are confident and your person is also confident. You might just have a little bit of a hater here. Like, there's no way you actually love that person. I know what you really want is to be with me. But the thing is, I think they're lying to themselves. They've created some reality in their mind to deal with the fact that they have not ended up with you or that they have been rejected. So this could be this individual who's really jealous is thank you. Eileen is her name. Eileen Connolly. And do you know were they actually married or are they? They just have the same last name. I shouldn't make that assumption. It could be like brother and sister. Hello, Sharika. Hello, Arun. Hello, Claudia. Thank you for subscribing. Hello, Jatine. How are you doing? And hello, Dracula. Hello, Rashonda. How are you doing? Mwahaha. It feels good to be right. Hello, Jinkal. How are you doing? Thank you, Gracie. Let me add that for you. Is it a good idea for me to text Stains? I've added that for you. Thank you, hon. Hello. Is it Goody? How are you doing? What else do we have? Queen of Swords in the reverse. We have somebody who feels scorned. Someone who felt like they were like next in line or they should be the person that you choose. And now they're over here like, I don't know, doing some lawn work or cleaning up and they're muttering to themselves and they're angry because you have decided to go a different path. At this point, they might think it's just that you have decided you don't want to be with them. But if they were to find out that things are progressing and getting serious with someone new, that anger would probably reach a fever pitch, right? Hello, how's it going, Tommy? Thank you for the flower. What else do we have? I love that we have the King of Swords with the Empress because the King of Swords can be more analytical, but with that Empress clarifying it, we have somebody that has that feminine and masculine energy pretty well balanced, able to be logical, but also in touch with their emotional side. And so with this Wheel of Fortune, we have change in a positive direction for you. A feeling that things have happened the way that they have for a reason and allowed for you to find this like true love. But we also have that Seven of Wands in the reverse because this excellent pairing, you and your person, there is some vulnerability here because someone is butthurt. Someone is upset that you would love someone else. Hey, Rashonda, when you do repetitive stuff like that, it just irritates me. It doesn't make me want to pull cards for you. If you scroll up, you can see that Gracie or Pearl James did a super chat with the question that she would like me to pull cards on. And that would be the appropriate approach. And then at about 35 minutes in, which is about 20 minutes from now, then I pull cards for those personal questions, okay? But please do not spam the live chat. Hey, Karuma, that's kind of creepy. I'm not talking about me and you. That's not what I'm doing, okay? This is a reading for my collective. It's not meant to be about me. It's weird. Okay? Hello, Shay. How are you doing? What else do we have? King of Pentacles in the reverse. Hanged Man in the reverse. And the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So you're about to get some sort of communication from this jealous party. Someone who has not yet learned what they were meant to learn from your connection. But with that King of Pentacles in the reverse, they feel like something is off, right? They feel like they need to reach out and make some sort of comment. They may be getting readings on you, or they may be, asking mutual friends about you. They may be spying on your social media because they want to know what's going on, and they feel some sort of like they're suspicious that you are interacting with someone new. And that makes them jealous. Well, I cleared up the mystery for you. I don't think that's passive aggressive. That's just me letting you know that I'm not here to date you. I'm not interested in that, okay? So it gets under my skin because I'm trying to do readings for everybody else. It's not about me, okay? Hello, John. How are you doing? This is the Gold and the Normand, and we have the Clouds, number 6. And the Stars, which is number 16. This is someone who feels like you are their wish come true. They feel like there was something unusual about how you encountered each other, and they've never really met somebody like you. But I feel like it's very one-sided. This is someone who has wanted to be with you, but doesn't seem to understand or appreciate that what you're looking for or what makes sense for you romantically doesn't seem to align with them. So that cloud energy is about keeping information about your romantic life to yourself and not, for example, don't blast it all over social media, because there's someone here who's just watching and looking for some sort of hint at what you're doing and what they could possibly do to get another chance with you. So if they see that you are actually like getting serious with someone else, they may lose their temper. They would look at it as you like cheating on them or something. They would look at it as you chose someone else when I've been here this whole time and you should have chosen me. So keep it quiet, or just tell the people who actually need to know what's going on, right? Hello, Praneet. You're in Norway? I love Norway. That always makes me smile. I don't know if you know about it, but I've got rose malling on my table. Very Norwegian type of art. And I have a deep love for Bergen. I did Norway in a nutshell, and it was amazing. I even got to see the lighthouse where my great-great-great-grandfather was born. I think it's called Pierholmen. Okay, so we've got the woman with a shirt and the ship, number 29 and number 3. This is suggesting that you are embarking on a new chapter or a new journey in your life, and there's someone here who wants to like find that ship anchor and make it so that you cannot leave. They don't want you getting involved with anybody else. Oh, that's so cool, Samantha. Well, you don't have to tell me where. I don't like to press for people's personal information, but I certainly enjoyed my time there. I would mark like Norway as the most hospitable country I've ever visited. Hey, Karuma, if you don't like it, you can leave, okay? I welcomed you in here and you said something I felt was creepy. So I say what I say. Hello, Michael. How are you doing? Thank you, Gracie. Let me add that for you. Will I meet my spouse in work-related? Awesome. I've added that for you, Gracie. So we have the romantic swans coming through, the love card, the heart, the compass, number 42, and the rider. So you may be traveling to get married. You may be moving to live with this individual. But there's very much so like a serendipitous, you were meant to meet each other, even though you might be from very different backgrounds or very different places. The universe wanted the two of you to be together. The concern is this person who feels entitled to you would really like to make it difficult for the two of you to be together. This is the Spellcaster's Tarot. Hello, Kuldeep. How are you doing? Thank you, Indra. How's your day going? To open a business importing car parts. Let's check out the viability of that. Importing car parts. Oh, did I? I'm glad to hear that, Indra. I hope that means that today has been good for you. Hello, Edison. Hello, AH. What's up? What else do we have? How do I choose which deck to go for? So sometimes it's trying to balance between tarot and oracle. Sometimes it's because I can see the direction of the reading and it's pulling me towards something that is more focused on social or professional or creative or maybe even exes. The cards to my left over here, most of them are the like, you left me and you didn't see the tears, like real ex-focused stuff. I'm not going to pick up on that if we are talking about like, you know, your professional path. So sometimes it's geared towards what I already know about the reading. Other times it's like actually like a little tug, like this is where I need to go. I also just really like, I have favorites, you know? This is the Chariot, number 7. They feel like you moved on too quickly. This person from your past, they feel like you're a heartbreaker. How could you just toss me aside like that and not come back? How could you, if they find out that you're with someone else, they're going to take it personally and basically try to cause some drama or toxic energy for you. Hello, Willis. No, and I think you know better than that. I'm glad to hear that, Indra. Yeah, you got to protect the love that you find, right, Raziel? It's true. I actually had to record that twice because I got too excited. For those of you that don't know, that Japanese deck, my understanding is that artist is also the Final Fantasy artist. Please feel free to yell at me if I've got that wrong, but that's my understanding. So we've got the 8 of Wands in the reverse and the 10 of Wands. Do not tell your business on social media, especially when you know there's going to be people out there that are like, what? You're getting married? Ugh, you're such a hoe bag. Or, but I'm not even over you yet. That's so rude. They don't need to know. Is there somebody here who wants to cause drama for you if they realize that things have progressed to be so serious, right? Yes, my worst decision was posting my relationships online. Keep it to yourself, okay? I think one of the best decisions I ever made was like pulling back from social media and not feeling the need to post everything I'm doing on there, okay? I actually struggled to accept that this was the path meant for me because I don't like social media. But here we are, and I love you all. So, Page of Pentacles and Judgment in the reverse. You're investing in something new, you're embarking on a new chapter, but there's someone over here that would be very quick to judge you and feel like you made an unfair decision, or they would try to rain on your parade, right? Sun in the reverse. It's like, I don't know if I can do it. The frowny face from Obsession. I can't. This is somebody who would be throwing a pity party and being very unruly if they were to find out that you fell in love with somebody else. I agree with that, Flip. How are you doing? Hello, Pharaoh. Ooh, Indra, do me a favor and please include your questions in the super chat. I can add on to that. Will Tanya contact me? And when? All right, what else do we have? Magician, Star in the reverse, and the Hermit. You can go your own way. To quote, oh wait, you guys, is that Fleetwood Mac? You can roast me if I'm wrong, but we definitely have temptation to do some sort of spell work or some like evil eye that could potentially be sent your way. So with that Hermit, it's like, go off, do your thing, make your choices. Maybe you're even going to elope with this person, but you don't need to be sharing it with the entire world because there's someone who would be a toxic issue. It's best if they just don't know what's going on in your life because they still feel like some type of way about not being your person. Two of Cups and the Five of Swords. If I find out that you're in love, I would be upset and I would try to wedge myself into that relationship. I would try to make that person see you differently, or I would try to win you back over. Hey, Brad. You think I'm stupid, huh, Brad? I doubt you even subscribed. See, here's the thing, honey. I'm not that stupid. So I know what you're trying to get me to say, and I'm not going to say it. Plus, you literally have a name. So why wouldn't I just greet the name that you have for your username? I removed your comment, and if you try that again, I'm going to block you, okay? Hello, Carrie. What's going on? I sure can, but it's a matter of time. So if you would like me to, you can put your request in a super chat and I will add you to the list. Ooh, was I right? It was Fleetwood Mac? That's awesome. Hello, Tango. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Satya. Four of Swords in the reverse. Page of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this person is still, like, heartbroken. And I don't even know if you were exclusive with this person or if you just rejected them out the gate. But they feel like they still need to persuade you or pursue you. And with the Page of Cups in the reverse, they're not accepting the fact that you have rejected them. They're not accepting the fact that this is the way it really has to be. So that's concerning because I do feel like they would darken the skies. They would pee in your punch bowl. And you deserve to have punch that is, you know, just punch. So this is what's the news. See? We have cuffing season and spilling the beans. Be careful who you tell about your romantic life. Because if the cat gets out of the bag to the wrong person about your relationship, we got somebody who's going to lose their temper. So this is somebody who feels like you cut things short or you didn't give them enough time. I said you didn't give them enough time and then I pull this card. Wild. Thank you, Gracie. Let me add that for you. What does Jeffrey feel for me? Thank you, Gracie. Thank you, Suvik. I hope you're having a good day. So we have liftoff and reading up. Something takes off because there is an organic and like natural connection between you and another person. But the rejected party from your past is frustrated. If they find out about it, they're going to maybe even assume that you were like stacking the deck, right? Or you were dealing with a roster. They might accuse you of cheating, or they might put at risk your new romantic relationship because they don't want to accept this rejection. They're going through some financial difficulty or a transitional period in their life that makes it so it's more likely that they lose their temper. There's a lot going on for them and they want to be able to rely on you, but your energy is directed elsewhere. Did I say hello to Jeffrey? Hello. Ooh, publicly acted like one, huh? That's a choice. Oh my. All right. What shall we go with? We're gonna go with the hidden truth because I do feel like this is picking up more so on the energy of the person who's jealous. What else do we have? I have too much to lose. I still feel the pain. They're thinking about all the ways it impacts them if they don't get to have you in their life. They may have gotten really accustomed to relying on you. They look up to you and feel like you are very intelligent. But they don't understand why they can't be with you. The other people that they interact with don't compare to you. And they blame you. They feel like you're selfish or they feel like you didn't give them enough of a chance. They want to start over. This is the Casanova Oracle, and then we're going to start on those personal questions. Yes, I have Sage and Palo Santo. Is that what it's called? Yeah. What else do we have? Experimentation. See, they think that you're just out here like having fun and they were trying to be serious. I don't think they're being fair to you though, because I see you being more focused on what the emotional or spiritual connection is, and there's something immature about this person who cannot handle the rejection. I would show you the cards, but there's nudity, so I'm trying to figure it out. This is a little bit of side boob. They think you're out here like you're for the streets, right? They feel like maybe they just need another chance to prove to you that they're worth being in a relationship with. But I don't think they realize that there is some incompatibility here between the two of you. They are very attracted to you, but for you, it's much more important that there be an emotional or spiritual connection. It's not just about the physical attraction. So I think they have you wrong. Think they know you, but they don't. Ooh, I said I was going to start the personal questions. Okay, let's dive in. This is the Earth and Bone Tarot. So we'll do Gracie's questions first, and then we will do Indra's questions. So for Gracie, we have, is it a good idea for me to text stains? Is it a good idea for Gracie to text stains? Yes. With like a light-hearted invitation. So in other words, I'm seeing that it would be better for you to have a conversation in person, not a prolonged conversation via text message. So if there is something outdoors that you can attend, maybe there's a parade, maybe somebody's opening up their patio on the side of the restaurant for the first time. Maybe there is some outdoor concert, but there is an opportunity to spend time together outdoors that would be, like, it would facilitate a connection and also give you the opportunity to, what Stains is looking for is to see if you're done with Jay. So before you connect in person, it would make sense to do a cutting of the cord or do what you can to forgive and release that energy, because Stains is not going to make any kind of move or entertain the idea of being with you until that energy with Jay is resolved. So I see something outdoors and like appreciation for your physicality. Like, I'm physically attracted to you is what's coming through from Stain's energy. But there needs to be some confirmation that the connection with Jay is gone or addressed. And will Gracie meet a spouse in a work-related situation or setup? No. I realize that for many people that might be a good opportunity to meet a spouse, but I, for one, believe that that can be fraught with issues because you can inadvertently cause a lot of drama in your workspace and then be respected less by your peers. This is saying you encounter somebody in a kind of strange way. You are like lucky to run into each other, but I don't see it being related to work. And what does Jeffrey feel for Gracie? What does Jeffrey feel for Gracie? Is this romantic? So this is like a romantic or like a crush type energy that has had little sustenance. So it's like a plant that looks a little bit worse for the wear. Yes, there were attractions or like interest in you, but I felt like I had to keep this to myself, and so I haven't nurtured that, or I've just kind of grown used to ignoring that I have that interest in you, and I felt like I had to walk away from you at some point. So there is some sense of loss here. Like, I thought that there was going to potentially be something between us, or I thought that we could be good friends, or I thought that we could, you know, get along better. But somebody would have been upset with me if I had gotten closer to you. Somebody would be upset with me if I had, you know, been friendly or flirty. And that's okay, Envy. You do you. So there's an appreciation for you, but something or someone made Jeffrey feel like I have to like kind of be cautious with that. All right, let's see what we've got for Indra. This is the Witch's Tarot. So Indra is contemplating starting a business with importing car parts. Is this a good idea? King of Pentacles. That's like financial stability. So there is absolutely a lot to be said for you pursuing this path. What's really important is the selection of the people that you work with. So maybe initially you do a lot of things by yourself and you are in control if you do that. But as far as partnerships from a professional standpoint, you need to be very selective. There is a possibility that you choose someone who is not reliable, and that could really limit your success. Yeah, so Seven of Wands, be cautious with who you like sign on with or who you hire. Four of Pentacles in the reverse, Knight of Cups or Prince of Cups. There's someone here who wants to work with you or, you know, proposes a partnership or wants to work for you. And that connection could actually undermine your success in a very like meaningful way. So it's important to be discerning. You are meant to be successful, but that partnership could put that at risk. And will Tanya contact Indra? When? Is this weeks? I do see her contacting you, but it's going to be more like a month out. You might get some like surface level communication, but a meaningful conversation. There's too much going on for the next couple of weeks up to like a month. So we have Justice and Queen of Swords. It's not what I want, but I feel like I need to focus on my obligations or the things that I promised I would do. So I hope you get a little bit more of a heads up. But yeah, there's a lot going on for Tanya at this time. Hello, Lee. How are we doing today? Yeah. I'm really sorry you're going through that. I kind of felt like he wasn't going to show up. Took week off. Well, I can just dive right into this right now, so I don't need to write it down. Thank you for the tip, Lee. I can dive into that right now. We're going to go with the Tarot of the Nile. I hope it goes well. So what advice do we have for Lee regarding the taking a week off from work? What advice do we have? Ace of Cups. Five of Cups in the reverse. Four of Cups in the reverse. Justice and the Three of Swords. So this is going to be a difficult transitional period because there are people who feel frustrated with you and they're petty. I feel like this is the two X's, right? So you're going to have a lot of needing to basically depend on yourself. But remind yourself how much you've already been through, how much you've already endured, and how you have managed to make it work even in difficult times. And document, 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 because I see this being brought up to the courts. I see this as you are, threatening the routine that we had set up or the agreement that we had worked to, make work. It doesn't just, happen. So I do feel like this is going to be something that is frustrating or painful right now, but over the long term, it enables you to get what you want. So it could be that Sage's father is making a grievous mistake right now in terms of being able to get what he wants down the road. And it may make it much easier for you to retain primary custody or be the author of the arrangements going forward because he's an unreliable energy. The other thing that I'm seeing is if Sage had been with her father over the next couple of days, there is a less than safe situation that she would have had to deal with. This could be very protective energy that feels like an inconvenience, but enables you to shield Sage from something that would have been a difficult situation. Specifically what I'm seeing is a crash out because of not being even remotely sober that she would have had to be front row for. And I think most parents would like to shield their children from something like that. So with the Ten of Swords being in the reverse, there is a really difficult thing that happens for her father this week that she is going to be at a distance for because he failed to show up. So yes, this is a struggle or this is difficult, but there is a higher meaning behind it and protective energy behind it. What does Lee need to know with regards to her boss, please? There's going to be an opportunity for you to make up for this. So yes, it might be frustrating or you may feel like this is, concerning, but I also see you being able to step up and offer something like, hey, you did me a solid last week and you let me take some time off unexpectedly. And it looks like you need some help with XYZ. I would love to be able to do that for you. I see you earning back favor or finding a way to make it right. And it really comes in clutch. This is an inconvenience, but your ability to help them down the line is a really big deal. So make sure you take advantage of that, right? Hey, Calypso. Your misogyny is showing. Would you like to try that again and be a little bit more respectful, or do you not have that in you? Just curious. Lee, I'm going to be keeping you in my prayers. I do feel like this happened for the right reason or in a protective way to make sure that your daughter is not in a situation that is inappropriate for a child. Has the ex had an OD? Is that why he did not show up? Yes. Yeah, I mean, that I can dance around it, but I think you knew what I was saying, right? That there is party behavior that she should not be around. And he is struggling to maintain the appearance of sanity or the appearance of sobriety. And she should not have to be dealing with that. So This may be one of those things that enables you to have a stronger voice in what happens with your daughter. And if that's what it takes, then so be it. But it protects her. So, hello, Earth Angel. How are you doing? You can still find a way to have fun, Raziel. I believe in you. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Lee, I'm sending you protective energy. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Thank you for hyping the video if you're able to. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.